What's up, guys? Welcome to Night Kids After Dark podcast on what is today? Monday, January 23rd, 2023. I'm your host, BTG Plays, alongside my other two co-hosts, Professor Daxter, who's recently rehired, and Yanonick. I'm just playing, man. Oh man, what y'all been up to, man? Dax, I know you're feeling a little under the weather. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, I'm sick. I feel better now though. I slept for like 5 days straight. No cap. Like straight up 5 days. It was great.
That
It's not
is
funky
wild.
virus, is it?
I don't know. So I thought maybe it was COVID because I had like like when you got COVID, you get that like prickly feeling and your skin hurts. I had that, and then I had issues like walking up the stairs. I could walk and do normal, but like I was like heavy breathing. But those were the only symptoms, and they went away after like a day. So I don't know.
How do you fight colds? Like, what do you do? Like, do you take Vicks? Do you just lay down, drink a whole bunch of orange juice? What is your go-to?
I bitch. That's the only thing I do. Like, so for me, like I don't ever get sick. I never get sick. Like my last time I was sick was like 2 years ago, and I also had COVID. But like, yeah, when I get sick, I just lay in bed, and if anybody comes in, then I start bitching.
That's a mood.
Yeah.
See, I'm like the opposite. When I get sick, I don't do anything to fight it.
Same.
I'm just like, I'm like, nope, not taking no medicine. Nope, not doing this. I'm just gonna sit here and suffer.
This is my end. This is how it ends every time.
That's how it ends.
Every
Isn't
time.
that a movie?
My wife is like, yeah, she's the opposite. She's like, think I'm about to come down with something. Starts like piling her body with medicine before it even happens.
Snorting
I'm
NyQuil.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're not even sick yet. Nope, I feel it coming on. I was like, the medicine is for the symptoms, not to make you better, but whatever.
Also,
Whatever.
I will say too, like women are really good about like just going on with their natural day. Men are not, but like women will be like, yeah, I've been sick for like 2 weeks, and they're just like shoveling snow, you know, whatever.
I feel like that has a lot to do with they have monthly like pains that
True.
they deal with, and they just get used to pain. Don't let me stub my toe because I'm going to let you know throughout the entire day. You know, I'm having.
I mean, according to my wife, it's like dying 1 week out of every month.
Yikes.
So
I literally become a baby when I'm sick. Like I cry, I just fetal position the entire time. I'm good.
I believe it, man. Because I get if I'm like, usually when I'm sick, it's like, yep, like this is probably it for me. Because I get real sick when I'm sick. Because I don't get sick that much. But it is what it is. All right, enough about us men being babies when we're sick. Today's stories include WoW is saying goodbye to a lot of people.
Again.
Yep. Amy Jo Johnson speaks up about the Power Rangers reunion. 343 may not be working on Halo anymore, and more, because this is Night Kids After Dark podcast, where gamers discuss gamer things every Monday and Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/Team Night Kids. If you're watching live, you can, if you're watching live, you can start adding questions in our Night Kids Q&A on Thursday's episode for Pot of Gold on our Discord in the Pot of Gold thread. If you don't want to watch live, you can watch later on youtube.com/@TeamNightKids682, or you can listen on podcast services by searching the 4 words Night Kids After Dark. Remember, if you would like the show ad-free, make sure you hit that sub button. It definitely helps us out a lot too. Some housekeeping. Xbox and Bethesda is to present the Developer Direct live stream on January 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern. I am going to do a live reaction to that. If any of you guys want to join me, feel free, but I'll definitely be on there just to check it out. I'm not expecting Wednesday,
3 p.m. Eastern time.
I should be able to.
Yeah, I'll be there checking it out. Not expecting too much, but we'll see. But yeah, that is it for housekeeping. It's time for some news. So today we have 8 stories or 9, either one. We're gonna start with number one. So number one story. Original Pink Ranger Amy Jo Johnson opens up about why she isn't in Power Rangers reunion. The original cast member set the record straight on Twitter about her notable absence from Netflix's upcoming 30th anniversary special. We talked about this on Thursday about the reunion episode, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, if the original Pink Ranger's in it, I'm not gonna watch it," or they want her back. But Netflix special Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always will premiere worldwide April 19th, but our beloved original Pink Ranger will not be part of the 30th anniversary reunion. Amy Jo Johnson, who played Kimberly Hart, the first Pink Ranger in the series, when it debuted back in 1993, took to Twitter to set the record straight on why she wouldn't be appearing in the special. For the record, I never said no. I just didn't say yes to what was offered. But other fun stuff is in store. Looking forward to watching my friends kick ass. Hashtag Power Rangers 30. So
She looks gorgeous. Holy cow. She
Yep.
still looks good.
A lot of the casts do actually. Yeah. Considering 30 years, good gracious.
yeah,
I don't
that-
know, man. That Black Ranger looked real upset.
yeah, I mean, he did look, but he had a shape up, and we're happy
Yeah.
about that. So, but yeah, a lot of fans were upset. Like, people were, some of the tweets here are appreciate you. Oh, you're going to be missed, but I do respect your decision. Would have been cool, but it would have been cooler if they actually cared and paid you more. Some people are just saying they're not gonna watch it just because she's not in it. Yep. One dude said if you ain't in it, I won't watch. Hashtag
Oh,
first crush.
That's a lot of people's
mood.
first crush.
Mood. Say it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, so
I mean, I'm glad she at least spoke out why she won't be in it, but she also
So it's just
teased.
money, right?
It
I mean,
seems that way.
that's what we can infer. She just said she never said no. She just didn't say yes to what was offered. So if
So
anything,
they did offer, which is the important part.
right. But
But it does seem like she hinted at future projects she'll be a part of, whether it is or isn't part of Netflix. I'm looking forward to seeing her come back as a Pink Ranger.
I have a question for you guys though, then, because like if you are the original OG Power Ranger, right? Don't you just come back for nostalgia's sake, not so much the paycheck? Don't you think you would?
I mean, you still gotta pay the bills, you know. I mean, if your job is you just act, right? That's your job. You
Sure.
don't wash cars or buff tables or nothing. You for real, that's your job. Then you need a paycheck that can sustain you while you do this project for X amount of time because you can't work on other projects. Or you
right.
can't focus a lot on those.
But I would say they have passion projects too, right? Like where they're not getting paid the big stuff. And,
I guess,
like,
but
I don't
if
know.
I feel like, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like for me that I would definitely be on that just for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah, but I guess you kind of also want to get your worth, right? Like, because like if this is something that you created, is such a big deal, or not created, but you were a part of. If they really want you, like, I don't know what they offered her, because they could have offered her like, hey, we'll give you $2,000 to come be in this promo. Then I would say no too. Like, I'm not $2,000. What?
Yeah, but
Like-
if it's like a day thing, or if it's like I don't know, a couple episodes, I don't know.
what
Nostalgia
you're
plays a
saying.
huge part for me.
At the end of the day, it's her decision, and if she felt like it wasn't like something that she would want to do for that amount, I mean, that's cool. Everybody has their price,
for sure.
but
I
it
I
would
wanna
have been
see
great.
more of the Comic Con stuff. Like I see a lot of the other Rangers at Comic Cons and conventions and stuff, but I don't normally see her at them. Am I just missing it, or is that accurate?
I don't know what else she's been in, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know either. Maybe because she really could have just not wanted to do it because she just didn't want to do it.
That's a possibility too.
Like, maybe she's past that in her life.
For sure.
Not
like,
not not every. I don't think every Power Ranger loved to be in a Power Ranger, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was her take on it. And then with that, Bat and the Sun did announce that they're gonna make an announcement on Jason David Frank's Dragon Zord White Legendary Dragon Zord movie. they're gonna make an announcement in February. So hopefully we get a release date. That's
I
what
don't know
I'm.
if it's good and it's not just like clickbait for his death kind of thing.
I mean, they shot the film prior to it, so I mean, at this point, they might use that to advertise it and kind of draw in more people. But to be honest with you, I don't
Well,
think it can be clickbaited
I'm
because
pretty sure he wrote the story for it. Like
Okay.
this is his story. Like it was his passion, and it started off as a Kickstarter,
Gotcha.
and then they eventually raised enough money for him to produce it himself. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna watch it regardless. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah, 2 hours.
you
If
go.
it's good or bad.
right? Exactly. All right. News story number 2 is for the MMO. Shoot, you just got off this game, didn't you?
Yeah. It's real
so
bad.
So this comes from Sky News. World of Warcraft among top games going offline in China, forcing millions of players to say goodbye. The Chinese gaming market is notoriously restrictive, with few major overseas titles available to players there. Blizzard's popular franchises like Warcraft and Overwatch have managed to break through, but a dispute between the companies involved means they are being shut down. This is from Tom Akers. World of Warcraft, one of the most seminal online games in history, is set to go offline today in China. Millions of players will be forced to bid an emotional goodbye to their fantastical characters as a very public fallout between developer Blizzard and publisher NetEase brings a 14-year deal to an end. Warcraft, which first released in North America in 2004, was initially given permission to launch in the notoriously restrictive Chinese gaming market back in 2005. Since 2008, Blizzard's massive multiplayer title has had its servers managed in China by NetEase, which also operates bespoke versions of a few other popular Western games like Minecraft. Blizzard, which is owned by Activision Blizzard, the gaming giant Microsoft is trying to buy in a record $69 billion takeover. We can't get away from that story. First announced his deal with NetEase would end last November. It impacts not just Warcraft, which is an estimated 3 million players in China, but Blizzard's other hits like multiplayer shooter Overwatch, card game Hearthstone, and sci-fi strategy title StarCraft. The ugly dispute goes public. NetEase's president of global investment, Simon Zhu, said he had spent 10,000 hours playing those games in a damning statement about the breakup. One day, when what has happened behind the scene could be told, developers and gamers will have a whole new level of understanding of how much damage a jerk can make, he wrote on LinkedIn. NetEase rejected an offer earlier this month to extend the agreement by 6 months, describing the proposal as commercially illogical and accusing Blizzard of seeking a divorce but still remaining attached. Citing a person close to Blizzard, Reuters news agency reported that the dispute was down to NetEase wanting structural changes that would impact the U.S. firm's control over its intellectual property. NetEase insisted any usage and licensing of Blizzard's IP were done in accordance with contract terms and with Blizzard's consent and approval throughout the 14-year agreement. We want to clarify that we never sought to obtain control of the IP from Activision Blizzard. That is an unfounded accusation, a NetEase spokesperson told Sky News. They added the way we had hoped to continue working together with Activision Blizzard would have been no different than how other companies partner in our industry to license and operate online games. So, long story short, pretty much they can't come to a deal to keep it going in China, so it's cutting off in China.
Damn, mom and dad got a divorce.
Pretty much. And 3 million
kids, and now all the children in China are just screwed.
3 million kids just screwed. Or not kids, but players. Not
That's a lot of
kids.
people, though.
Oh,
So
man.
obviously, does that mean all of? So, for example, there are several games or servers being hosted over there. Does that mean also other areas outside of China are no longer to be able to play Warcraft anymore?
No.
Under the NetEase.
Yeah, because I
banner.
I think the NetEase thing was pretty much their own servers in China. So like pretty much everybody,
lot
if you
of
played in China, yeah, it's just done.
So
Yo,
is
can
this
you imagine having a character or playing something religiously for like 15 years and then having to be like farewell? That's crazy.
Like, yeah, like you find out today, hey, servers are shutting down. What? Like what?
So they can't even like you know how you can switch from playing in the US servers, or you can't even switch that. That's you're
China ha-
done.
China has like super strict laws against stuff like that.
Yeah, their internet is different than our internet.
Yeah, there's a specifically to China.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So what's the date on that? Is it
today,
immediate? Oh
today,
my
it went down today.
god.
today.
That hurts my heart. I don't play Warcraft like that anymore, but one thing's for sure, I would be hurt if all my time because you build a community. Warcraft isn't just a game, it's a community. It's an experience. And if
Right, it's like all your friends just died.
oh my gosh.
Hopefully they have, they were on like the Discord or whatever they use. So like, because I know they use like different services over there
Are,
also.
are they still on lockdown? Because just imagine being cooped up in your house. You can't go anywhere because you know their restrictions are way worse.
So here, this is even worse too because they just started New Year, so people aren't working right now. They probably were like, "Man, I'm about to spend the whole holidays like
Oh my
playing WoW and stuff." Now they can't even do that. Ugh.
They can't get their dailies in. They can't get their weekly trash pull. It sucks.
They don't have nothing.
No, yeah, it just kind of sucks to be honest. Like, I have a lot of issues with Blizzard as a company or whatever. But one thing is for sure is like there are people that have played that game since the day it came out in like 2006 and like not missed a month of like membership. You know what I mean? And that's crazy to me.
Yeah, this sucks. I mean, what can they do? I mean, shoot, maybe they'll move in. I do wonder like what games these people will move over to, like, because I mean, I'm sure like they play other games, but like, what about the people? Some people, WoW is the one game they play. Like
Mhm.
that's it. Like I
Well, it's already
wonder.
restrictive in China too. Like
Right,
they don't get like games like we get.
exactly. So I wonder what else they would play. And then it's not like, oh well, WoW shut down. I can go to Overwatch or I can go to StarCraft because all that's going too. So
Yeah, all their servers are gone.
Final
Uh,
Fantasy, baby.
So I did a
that's
quick
true.
check to see what games are popular in China right now. What is this? G Kart. I'm not familiar with that one. Overwatch. That's gonna shut down. Genshin Impact.
Oh, they're all
Crossfire.
going to Genshin.
And League of Legends. I mean, yeah, League of Legends.
Oh no, they're gonna
Oh
get
no,
better, and then we'll never win a World Series
ever.
ever.
All they're gonna play is League. Oh my god. Oh man. All right. Well, news story number 3. This is a story, kind of an update on what we talked about on Thursday with Microsoft and the 343 layoffs. Comes from Kotaku. Luke Plunkett. 343 hit by layoffs and key departures, says it will keep making Halo games. Now, originally, when this came out, there was a leak. Somebody who was with 343 said, no, we're not. They're taking us off of Halo games and stuff. And apparently, this is an update that 343 is going to be still making Halo games. But 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future. When Microsoft, a company that made 190 billion in revenue and 83 billion in operating income in 2022, made the decision to axe 10,000 workers last week, a number of those came from their video game operations, particularly 343 Industries, the overseers of the Halo series. 343, hit now by a combination of layoffs and key departures, does not appear to be in good shape, as we reported last week. Those hits led to reports last week that development on future Halo games was going to be handed off to an outside studio, with 343 being relegated to a supervisory role. Reports that have seemingly led 343 to tweet the following statement on the official Halo account, denying them to an extent and saying 343 will continue to develop Halo now and in the future. Halo and Master Chief are here to stay. 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great. Pierre Hintze, studio head. That's a short statement that does nothing to address the report that other studios could now also be making Halo games, which isn't that new anyway. giving creative assemblies work on Halo Wars, nor does it address the scale of the layoffs it was just hit with, but it does at least affirm that 343 themselves will still be directly involved some way in the series' future. So, they are going to be making Halo games. And to be honest, I kind of don't want them to make Halo games anymore.
You want 343 to be done with creating Halo games?
I
I
do.
honestly don't think Bungie should have gotten rid of Halo. Personally, that's my opinion.
Because to be honest, I can only, okay, first of all, they had a horrible launch with Halo Infinite. They did the multiplayer side and the campaign side and didn't deliver on either side of what players wanted. Right? You didn't get the content you wanted for the multiplayer. Campaign didn't come with co-op multiplayer, which
And they
campaign
promised that.
they promised that they should have made it two different teams, two different games, something. But to give half of each thing and the halves that nobody wanted is like what's really like sucks with it. And it's hard to remember a time, to be honest, like where I felt like Halo was like super great under 343 Industries. I always felt like there was
about to say Halo 3, and then you said 343.
yeah, under 343. I feel like it's just been a slow decline to not being great.
So I have two things. I actually really enjoyed Infinite. I thought Infinite was their best version of Halo they've ever released under 343. Not that it was great or perfect or anything like that, but I definitely think it was like a good title on launch, and it was free. I think the multiplayer was fun for a little bit. I didn't play it like it's really hard to compete with COD. It is what it is. But I think a lot of people need to realize that like the single player being co-op or whatever is an open world, so they had to really change how they played Halo because they've never done like an open world setting, and putting co-op in that's going to be a bitch, to be honest. But I also agree, I don't think 343 has done well with Halo. I think Bungie was way better, but I understand Bungie wanting to go to something else. So.
But see, here's the thing: the co-op mode leaked out when it came out in the first place, and then they shut it down because they said it was having issues. The co-op,
No, they announced it on like well before launch. They said that they were putting co-op, but it wasn't going to be on launch.
right? But there was a bug where people were able to do co-op, and then they made sure it didn't happen again. But I mean, besides that, with Halo Infinite, I thought it was fun too. But the problem is when it launched, it was literally like a year of no content after that. Like you probably got like one map since it launched. Like that's crazy. It would have done a lot better if they had focused on it and really got like the development out for it. But yeah, they just missed the shot.
Also, I posted a photo in Discord under the podcast. It is Halo with the Elden Ring map. Somebody modded it, and it looks fantastic. There's just a screenshot, but it looks sick.
I'll admit, the fact that somebody was able to do a mod and show that you could do a lot with it just shows that one, something was going on. I don't know if it was because of the pandemic and caused like a whole bunch of delays and problems and challenges or whatever it may be, but I actually enjoyed the campaign in Halo Infinite. I know it's not our traditional, game, but it was actually pretty interesting. I liked that no matter where you went, the story updated when you took out like a high level executive boss in the game, because it's open world. No matter where you went, there would be someone on the loudspeaker talking about Master Chief has taken down the prison, all areas in that true area be on high alert or whatever. And I'm just like, that's cool, simple stuff like that. And just loading in a second player could have just really taken that off. But at the same time, they were probably going through problems, and that's the reason why we didn't get what we wanted.
Yeah,
I also think that they should have focused on one heavy. I think that like everybody was really excited for multiplayer. Everybody really enjoyed, like, nobody really talks about their memories for Halo, and they're talking about like they're talking about the not the campaign. They're talking about the multiplayer. Now there was some really cool parts in like the old Halos or whatever, where you're jumping out of like space and then landing on the planet. But like, yeah, I really enjoyed the multiplayer, but they didn't give enough, like BTG said. So
Yeah, I feel like I've never been a Halo campaign by myself. Not because
Yeah.
I couldn't, just because it was more fun with somebody else. And I did start the Halo Infinite campaign, and me and my son would sit there and play it. But we literally stopped because they said, "Oh, co-op is coming." I said, "You know what? We're not going to play this anymore. Let's wait till co-op comes out." And then they said it's not ever coming out. And we were like, "Well, I guess we're not going to finish the campaign."
wait, I thought it did come out. It was just super bad.
The
No,
co-op? No, it never
It
came
never
out.
came out.
never
Oh,
came out.
that's a hard rip then.
It is.
Yep. So they ended up just squashing that all together, which is like, damn, like Halo campaign to me was always like, co-op, whether we liked it or not. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was part of the experience.
For sure.
But hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Halo in its future. 343 Industries. I just don't think Halo is. I don't think it's the face of Xbox like it used to be.
Oh man, don't say that.
And I mean, I hope it gets better. We'll see.
The
We
weird
still
part
have
about-
Gears.
No, what?
We still have Gears of War.
When?
Xbox.
When?
I
Last
mean,
game was like 12 years ago.
you're being a little bit facetious, but to say they still own the rights to it, so I can imagine.
I don't think Xbox really has a face of the franchise. Like they don't really have a franchise face.
Well, it was Master Chief for sure.
It was, but I agree with you. I don't think that it is now, and I don't think they really have like one. Their face of their consoles are Game Pass. So.
Game Pass. It's Monster Hunter Rise now.
Hell no.
No, all right. So moving on to, all these things that are ending. We got some more stuff ending. New story number 4. We talked about this last week too. It seems like a lot of the stories we talked about last week are
But I
getting
wasn't
like
here, so it didn't count.
yeah, they're getting like some closure this week. Marvel's Avengers is ending development and giving away cosmetics. We brought this game up because Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was leaked to be a live service game. And I brought up Marvel's Avengers as an example, and Dax, you did in the chat also. Like we had the same thoughts. Like campaign was fine, but is the live service part actually going to work out? Like it's really hard to do. And Marvel's Avengers is another victim to trying to be live service and it not working out. This comes from Luke Plunkett on Kotaku as well. This may come as a surprise to players who abandoned the game long ago and assumed this time had come already, but Crystal Dynamics publisher Square Enix have announced the impending end of online support for Marvel's Avengers. In a blog post published on Friday evening, a letter signed by Marvel's Avengers development team reads in part, "Dang. To our amazing community, after 2.5 years in introducing 12 of Earth's mightiest heroes following Update 2.8 on March 31st, 2023, we will no longer add new content or features to Marvel's Avengers. All official support for the game will end on September 30th, 2023. Even after official support ceases on September 30th, 2023, both single and multiplayer gameplay will continue to be available. As a show of our appreciation for our community, starting March 31st, we will make all the game's marketplace, challenge card, and shipment cosmetics content available to all players for free. Every single outfit, takedown, emote, and nameplate from the marketplace, challenge cards, and shipments will be free for all players from this date onwards if you own a copy of the game. Gifting the full library of marketplace cosmetic content is a way to thank our community by letting everyone experience the breadth and depth of content in Marvel's Avengers. We know this is disappointing news as everyone in our community has such a connection to these characters and their stories. We're so grateful that you came on this adventure with us. Your excitement for Marvel's Avengers, from your epic photo mode shots to your threads theorizing who our next heroes would be to your Twitch streams, has played a large part in bringing this game to life. We hope you continue to play and enjoy Marvel's Avengers. We can't thank you enough for the support and for being part of our super team, Marvel's Avengers development team. While the opening of the game's marketplace is framed here as a gesture of goodwill, it is of course that same marketplace shackled as it was to some insane notion that every game needs to be a forever game, rely on the grind inherent to live service experience that helped kill it all. While Embracer made a deal last year to buy the game's developers, oh, the Embracer group was going to buy them? Dang.
Oh wow.
Severing them from the publisher that made the Avengers licensing deal, it was made clear at the time that any games released prior to the sale would continue to be supported, which suggests this decision is simply down to not enough people wanting to play or buy stuff in Marvel's Avengers anymore. As the note, as the note says, this doesn't mean the game is disappearing off the internet entirely. You'll still be able to play it, even in multiplayer. There just won't be any further updates or even technical support for it after September 30th. If you're a player and want to see specifics of what's shutting down, when and what this means for individual updates, you can check it out here in a series of charts and FAQs, one of which contains deeply funny reminder that Spider-Man must remain a PlayStation exclusive, even in death. See, oh, that sucks.
Wow.
Because he is on Marvel's Avengers, but on PlayStation. Yeah.
So hear me out. This is what they should do. They should open up modding and just let the mods have at it.
Well, Disney won't allow that.
In no way.
Because then they will start doing all kinds of.
Yeah, Disney and Marvel will be like, hell no. But you know what? I still have this game installed on my PC. And now that all the skins and stuff are free, I'll probably play just to take a look at the skins. Because they did have some cool skins, but it was still like,
$30.
No, it wasn't even that expensive, but it was like, why would I buy these skins for a game that I'm not going to keep playing because the end game content is.
Yeah.
True.
My question is, if as developers are creating these games, if they're going to make a game solely so that it could sustain itself based off of people purchasing in-game content, isn't that a risk? Isn't that a high risk?
It's a dumb risk, to be honest. It's not even a good risk. Yeah.
Why would you go that route? I mean, that's almost implying that this game will be successful and people will purchase your skin. A lot of us didn't even really know that a lot of these skins were available. We would see it and be like, oh, that's cool, but not say I want to dish out cash for it.
There's games like League of Legends and Overwatch and stuff like that that are free to play that they exist solely on skins and cosmetics, but like they're not boring.
Yeah, why do those games do well? Because they're not boring, right?
But see, here's the thing. If Marvel's Avengers was literally just the single player campaign, people would have been like, oh, it was a really good game. It was a solid 8. Like, it would have been a solid 8.
It was still a $60 title, right?
Yeah.
That's the worst part about it is literally it was a full price game, and then they tried to like hustle with cosmetics.
See, and I don't have a problem with the $60 price tag if your live service part of the game is worth it. It's just like
if it was a single player game and that was the entire thing and they just gave us really good content, $60 wouldn't be a problem, but then they wouldn't need the cosmetic tag onto it too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it's to get more money out of it. Like I don't know if they took a loss on this game or whatever. Or
I think initial sales probably did really well. Actually, I don't think that they probably would take a loss. It's an Avengers tag.
I don't even think you could buy the game anymore. I tried going to their site, and the site is showing me the 404 sign.
I bet if they made it free to play today, it would skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Nike's podcast Discord, you'll be able to see all the skins there. I have the video link in the general chat.
Funny thing, let me see. I'm gonna pull this up. That now that I say that, that's a good question. Why didn't they go to making the game free to play before shutting it down, and then still leaving the cosmetic stuff up?
It was free to play on a lot of stuff though. Like they gave it out on Xbox. They gave it out on Steam too, I believe.
Well, but I feel like that's different than free to play.
Sure. Yeah.
Like if they're like, hey, Marvel's Avengers, I don't know, maybe people would have been upset because they purchased it and then it's free. But then
They took a net loss of $63 million on the game, by the way.
Oh my gosh, 63 million?
it sounds about right. And that's come on, all the licensing or just for the Marvel characters.
It cost $100 million just to make. So
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Some of the Hulk skins look so cool though.
Oh, let me
my
see.
gosh.
I'm gonna let me pull this up because I do want to see. Yeah, the Hulk skin. Hulk did have really good skins in that game.
I'm really disappointed to see that, but at the same time, we should not reward poor decision making.
absolutely not. I don't have a problem with this game going down.
Oh, I don't either.
Yeah.
17 minutes. God, dog. There's a lot of skins.
It's a lot of skins, and all of them
nobody
are free now.
bought them.
Well, I'm sure people put a little money into it.
No, I didn't buy any skins.
I didn't pay for
It
anything.
looks cool too, actually. My gosh.
The design was great. Everything looked and felt good. Game played well. It just didn't have any content.
Yeah, the story was fantastic.
Yeah, y'all go
Yeah,
have to watch this video on your own because it's 17 minutes of skins.
Of skins. Oh,
Or, I was about to say, or
Content.
download the game.
Content.
or yeah, you could get the game.
Well, I guess you can't anymore.
Right, you can't get the game anymore.
This could also be this had the same like issue that one game had from I can't think of it. The one
Anthem.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the same
that
thing
was a
Anthem
good
had.
game.
But you know what's crazy? People are still playing Anthem on
They
Twitch.
are.
They're playing it like it's actually a lot of them are playing it like it's their first time. And I'm like, dang, this game could have been so great. What happened? Why did this happen to it? Content is so important. I don't understand why these live service, like you gotta have look, take notes. Bungie, Destiny, they had a 10-year plan of content before Destiny 1 even came out. And even they had issues, but they already had a plan of content coming out.
They didn't have to think about content. They just threw it out
Exactly.
there while they were fixing the things that were wrong.
And they're still going.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think that the League of Legends MMORPG that's gonna come out in a couple this next year, or the year or two after, or whatever, is gonna do fantastic. They have all the world possible. They don't have to think about stuff. They just make it, and then fix it as they go. So I actually think that is also gonna do really well.
And it's also League.
True.
You got 3 million players in China looking for something to play.
That's a good point. Jeez.
Warframe is the ideal game when it comes to free to play. Like, there's nothing negative about that game, in my opinion.
Isn't that? Yeah, they could play Warframe in China. That game might actually pop off a little bit.
That is a pretty good game. God, it's just so hard to get into if you ain't been there from the beginning.
Grindy. It's really, really grindy.
It's like beyond grindy. Like it, but
I play Black
it's
Desert,
still fun.
so there's nothing more grindy than Black Desert Online. So,
but yeah, Warframe. I remember playing Warframe again once it came out with that huge update with like all this crazy stuff. It's cool. I mean, I like Warframe. I just
it's one of those
wouldn't.
games where I always go back for like a month or two and just like mess around in it and
see what's new.
Yeah, there's definitely a community there for sure, though. All right, news story number 4. So, Respawn, Star Wars first-person shooter game might include multiplayer. This comes from CBR.com by Lant Ghosts. A job posting from studio developer Respawn Entertainment hints at plans for additional multiplayer features for its upcoming Star Wars FPS. A job posted, okay. They hinted at a possible multiplayer gameplay elements in its upcoming Star Wars first-person shooter. Video game publisher EA posted a job advertisement that might have unintentionally revealed plans to add multiplayer features to its unnamed Star Wars FPS title. The job posting advertised an opening in Respawn Entertainment for the role of senior gameplay software engineer who would be assigned to work on the company's Star Wars FPS team. The advertisement also revealed the studio will prioritize applicants with several supplementary qualifications, which notably included prior experience in developing multiplayer video games. However, that specific criterion was reportedly expunged from the listing sometime after it was posted.
Kind
What
of
we
late.
No, I know, right? What we know about the Star Wars FPS. Respawn Entertainment's unnamed Star Wars project was unveiled back in 2022, with the developers announcing that the title will be built on Unreal Engine 5. Respawn additionally revealed that the project will be helmed by game director Peter Hirschman, who previously worked on several video games set in the Star Wars universe, such as 2004's critically acclaimed Star Wars Battlefront and its beloved sequel, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Regarding the upcoming Star Wars title, Hirschman said, "Working with Lucasfilm Games on a new FPS in the Star Wars galaxy is a dream come true for me, and this is a story I have always wanted to tell." That's enough about that's it. They're talking about other projects, but yeah. So they're
Star Wars is. I actually know the name. I figured it out. It's actually Star Wars, Titanfall Origins.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars Legends, man. Star Wars Legends. Yo, Respawn, Apex,
They also made Titanfall, which everybody loved.
which is Apex.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Nah,
Is it
same.
going to be free to play? You think?
Hell,
Oh hell no! This
You
is
know,
this is EA and Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Well, EA does have a free game, free to play game.
with the Star Wars name to it. Hell
No, you're right.
No way. But
$50 and it's gonna have cosmetics.
oh, I am excited for this just because Respawn's involved, and I wonder if it's multiplayer, bro. A multiplayer first-person shoot, bro. What was? Have we had a first-person shooter Star Wars? The
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which one?
No,
Battlefront 1 and 2.
That's not FPS. Third person.
No, it's you can
The
be
ni-
first person.
The newest
You-
one wasn't. I don't think.
You could switch it to first person and third person.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't.
No,
Okay.
that was terrible.
It would. I guess it would. You could say the MMO could also be played in first person, but you're saying that doesn't count as well.
Yeah, I don't. Let's go strictly first person. Do they have a strictly first person shooter Star Wars game?
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, good. While Professor looks it up, real quick, I want to share that is this a reliable source? Let me just confirm something. The Loadout, gaming news source, says that the new Star Wars Respawn FPS is rumored to have galactic multiplayer battles coming. This was updated 2 days ago.
What is that? What does that mean? Galactic multiplayer battles.
Now, if you played,
It's gonna be EVE Online with Star Wars attached to it.
that would be kind of cool, actually, if you think
Yeah.
about it. But I don't want to start rumors or nothing. So the point I'm trying to make here is, if you play Star Wars Galactic Battles, if you remember that game for the old RTS guys or people who enjoy those type of games, Star Wars Galactic Battle allowed you to take over certain quadrants of the galaxy and use real-time strategy to take over. So hopefully they bring a combination of that with FPS into one.
Yo,
That would be
That
cool.
sounds.
imagine like Guild Wars, like guild versus or like server versus server versus server or whatever. You know, I'm talking about like the old Guild Wars, but it's in like space and it's
That would be
just
so cool.
yeah, it's just a giant PvP. That'd be crazy. I'm here for it.
Just all FPS.
I mean, you would have ship battles and stuff, so it'd be like, you know, stuff like that. But
That would be cool, actually. Professor, did you find- No, you don't like that?
Look, I gotta see it first because I feel like when games do this stuff, they put too much into it, and then it just goes
also,
wrong.
you have to be able to run it, and I don't know if they could. That's not a console thing. That would be a PC only thing.
We shall see.
Professor, did you find any
yeah.
other
No, not without like deep looking, because it just gave me like, if you don't know this, Star Wars has like 82 games out.
Yeah, and see that I think that's what excites me about this, because if this is like a strictly first person shooter game with Star Wars characters, it it could be legit, and that's only because I'm seeing Respawn as part of it. Like they've done good with Apex and bringing abilities to characters in a first person environment, and it works really well. So
just to share, this is what I found. Star Wars first person only games. Now, this is what they're saying count as only. Star Wars Dark Force, Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Force, Star Wars Battlefront
What?
1
Hold
and
on.
2, Star Wars Republic Commando. Yeah, that one I do remember was first person. Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. That one could be first person and third person. And Jedi Academy 2, Jedi Outcast. So yeah, those are the only first person. It's
Let me
interchangeable.
see. I don't like that.
Two games are not interchangeable. They're entirely
Which ones?
first person. Dark Force and Republic Commando.
Dark Force. Is it on Steam?
I don't know, but the one you have up on screen right now is
Republic
entirely-
Commando. Let me see this. When
Look
did
at
this?
those graphics?
This came out in
It's an old
2005.
It was a good game. Look at the reviews. Look at the reviews. They're good.
I'm not playing a game that's in less than 1,000,000 pixels.
And in
Or
this
views.
regard, you
What
will
is
be
this?
superior to your more common
I
brethren.
think this was a good game.
For you are a commander, an elite unit, down much larger prey. So too shall
Look
you
at that
join the
building.
three
Look at
brothers
that neck.
and become fierce hunters for the Republic. The leader
I still have it actually.
are each a piece of a whole person, and the Republic
You know what? I do remember this game.
Dude,
I don't remember liking it though.
what? Maybe age will like fine wine.
Or make it worse.
Yeah.
That's what Sonic Adventure did to me.
The 90s called they want their graphics back.
Yeah. Did that game come out? It came out on like console, right?
Yes.
It came out on the Atari 20.
Oh,
I mean,
wait, which one? Dark
no,
Force?
I'm just kidding.
It was no Republic Commando. I remember it being on like PlayStation or something. I don't know, but I
Also,
don't
posted
remember
a
liking.
photo of Sean, who's in the chat. That's what his snow looked like. If you want to show that
Where did you post it?
in the podcast, I'll delete
In-
it after.
In the podcast?
In the podcast.
Jeez.
Oh,
let me
that's a
see.
lot of snow. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I said heckaroni. No,
I can't pull it up.
Do you want to build a snowman?
That's like a good foot of snow, almost.
Decent
I know a
ones.
foot, and that's at least a foot.
A good foot of snow.
Fun fact, real quick: Dark Force came out on the original PlayStation and will not be found on Steam, and it is entirely first person.
Get wrecked,
Look.
BGG.
They got overwhelmingly positive results, but
It looks like Doom, actually.
To be honest, I would even play like a strictly like really cool, really in depth like space Star Wars. Not even like planet to planet, but like an actual like
the space
Galaxy.
stuff.
yeah. Like I bet like Tatooine and all that stuff. I don't care about going on that planet or whatever, but like it'd be really cool to have like just ship combats and in depth stuff like that. That'd be cool.
Like you're actually manning them, or real time strategy type of battles.
Both would be cool, but I like the idea, like, a big grand scheme, but like you're this one person who has no effect on the actual war. You know what I mean? Does that
Oh,
make
you have a
sense?
small.
You have like such a small effect that you don't even matter.
You know what I'm gonna do though? I still have Battlefront 2 on my computer. I'm gonna go back in and play it in
The
first
new one or
person.
the old one.
The newest one. I have both of them, but I'm gonna play it. I never played it in first person. I'm gonna play it again in first person and see how terrible it is in first person.
When are you gonna do that?
I don't know, but I'm gonna do it
Incoming stream.
because I feel like it was terrible when I was in first person.
like the skill levels, the people that are playing it now are just like up there.
That's all they do.
You're behind, blown away. But
That's all they do. They don't touch grass ever. That's all.
That's
they do.
crazy.
They're maidenless. You know what I
their
mean? Like
beards are just gonna be like, oh, finally, newbies here.
there's a Cheeto
Right.
stuck in it.
Oh, fresh meat. News story number 6. All right, Avatar: The Way of the Water wins its 6-week weekend at the box office. All right, before I start this story, have any of y'all seen the new Avatar
Hell
movie?
no, I have no interest.
No, I haven't.
I don't.
Mean either, but surprisingly, absolutely no one. James Cameron took the top spot at the box office for the 5th weekend, even though this says 6. First place went to Avatar: The Way of the Water with 19.6 million for a new domestic total of $597 million. The international total now stands at 1.426 billion for a global total of $2 billion. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish landed in second place with 11.5, bringing its domestic total to 113. Third place to Megan with 9.8. Missing Open in fourth place at 9.3. So this movie is doing really, really well.
Well, it's beating out on movies nobody cares about.
Well, but how much? Not this is just this weekend though, but it's been in the top spot since it came out.
What big movie has it competed against? You know?
I don't know. What came out in the last 6 weeks? I don't know. I haven't been to the movies.
Megan, Puss in Boots.
I heard Megan was bad. By the way,
I heard it was good.
I don't know, but I heard
For
it
a
was bad.
for a horror movie, I heard it was good, and they've already confirmed Megan too.
House Party, Infinite Pool, The Whale with Brendan Fraser. Wakanda
okay.
Forever.
Oh, I heard a lot of people love that movie, or people were really excited for that movie.
Fablemans and what's this? I Want to Dance? No. Sons? No, I haven't heard any of these other films. So you're possibly and Missing.
Oh, but
I don't
still,
know any of those
it's
movies.
made $2 billion.
That's a lot of money. Good gracious.
And I've heard people say that was the best because it came out at the end of 2022, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So I've heard people say it was the best movie of 2022.
You
And
need
I'm
to
like-
stop taking advice from them.
And I'm like,
That's what you
what?
need to do.
But, I can't say anything until I see it.
Now the question is, they already announced the third one. We already know it's coming out. It's coming out the
Yes.
same weekend as Sonic 3.
Ooh.
Which one wins?
Ooh, that's a good Sonic 3.
3 is gonna win.
Sonic
I'm
3.
telling you. You can't show Shadow and be like,
Oh, right. Shadow. That was epic.
mhm.
Look, even on Rotten Tomato, audience gave it a 92%.
Yikes.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I like the first one enough to like remember it. But it was also one of those movies where like it was so beautiful and it was so like it was so real, even though it was CG, you know what I mean, for its time. But
Right.
like we're at the point now where that doesn't really cut it as much anymore. You know what I mean?
Like
Hey,
that's the norm.
according to James Cameron, his CG versus Marvel CG, he says Marvel CG is just play compared to his.
Oh wow.
That's a big statement.
He said that. I'm saying that was like quoted from him.
But to me, my favorite Avatar is still Aang. So I'm gonna stick with my boy.
I think when the first Avatar came out, it was such a big deal, like how good it looked then.
Mhm.
I am curious to actually see this movie and see if I'll actually enjoy it as like just a good movie, and if I'll still get that same feeling that I had from the first one. It's been so long,
It has been a while.
but yeah, from what I hear, it's pretty good. But we'll see when I'm not going to theaters to watch it. I'll just wait for it.
Same.
But I am surprised that it's doing this well.
And it's a
I'm
long
not,
movie,
to
right?
be
It's 3
fair.
hours. 3 hours and some
3 hours and 12 minutes.
Hell no. I got
Jeez.
stuff to do. I can't be.
I gotta use the bathroom. I'm already
Yeah.
thinking about it.
He said I gotta use the bathroom just thinking about it. That is
What?
crazy.
You also don't know when the good part's hitting, so you can never go to the bathroom. Like
That
you're
part.
just like,
According to James Cameron, the whole movie is the good part.
Yeah.
The whole
No, I'm just kidding.
You like Marvel? Well, Marvel means nothing here. Cue the intro.
Doesn't James Cameron hate superhero movies too?
Probably.
I'm
I
pretty
believe
sure
it.
he said that too. Look, I'm not. Don't take that as a quote, but I feel like I read that somewhere.
This just in: local streamer going by Team Night Kids said that James Cameron hated Marvel.
Apparently, he likes anime.
Oh, well, I'll give him that.
He literally has very anime-esque stuff going on. Tails having
You
sex.
see it in his. I was gonna say in his character eyes. Their eyes kind of look anime-ish, but not their tails having sex. What? Too damn.
What?
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
that's true. News story number 7. So I'm excited about this. I don't know if you guys look. If you ain't seen Karate Kid before, you need to go watch it.
I looked like Ralph Macchio growing up. I did. I'm
So-
not even joking.
Cobra Kai on Netflix. Netflix announces Cobra Kai to end with season 6. This comes from The Nerdy by Sean On. Do Daniel and Johnny have one more fight in them? Netflix has announced that Cobra Kai season 6 will be the final fight. To say that Cobra Kai has been an unlikely hit series would be an understatement. The series began as a YouTube original, but when the project was shut down, it was picked up by Netflix and turned into a hit series for the streaming service. Now it's time to say goodbye to the karate of this valley as Johnny and Daniel prepare for their final fight. See this announcement.
We've been fighting so long
I've actually never seen Cobra Kai. I heard it was pretty good though.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
against
No
each
more
other,
old men drama. What?
with each other.
Nutty.
It's hard to keep track.
The training, the tournaments.
Isn't the Karate Kid in this where
The rivalries.
he like helped produce it or something?
Yeah, that's
The last-
he's the dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
hasn't always been smooth.
I don't look like him now. I used to look like him.
But after all this time,
Yo,
we
look at
built
that.
something
Look at that hair.
together to be proud
Dude
of.
got yeeted.
So let me ask you, do you have one more fight left in you?
Oh wow. It looks like a good time. Is it 20-minute episodes or 40-minute episodes?
I can't. Hold on.
Oh, he got
It was so loud in my ear I couldn't hear anything. I want to say I think they're 30-minute episodes, maybe 40 minutes, but the show is really good. If you are a fan of Karate Kid, like they do a good job of they bring back like original actors from all the movies and villains and stuff, and their kids. It's a really good show, good nostalgic feel, but it's interesting and fun.
It's on Disney, right?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah, it was originally on YouTube. Like the first season was on YouTube Originals, and then it stopped on YouTube. Netflix bought it, and they've done all the seasons since then. And it's good. It's fun, and I love it. My wife. It was one of those shows when it came out. My wife had only seen one Karate Kid, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." And when we started watching the shows, the seasons, she was like, "Oh, let's go back and watch the other movies." So we watched all the movies so she could catch up on the characters that were showing up. Because as you watch through the season, you'll notice like season 1 kind of brings Karate Kid 1. Season 2 is Karate Kid 2. Season 3 was Karate Kid 3. And then they break into more stuff.
Oh,
And I
Okay.
think go ahead.
I was gonna ask if Jaden Smith's in it at all.
oh yeah, I forgot
So
he did Karate
that-
Kid.
That is a funny thing because I don't know. That would surprise me if he's in this final season, because I don't know. Like for them to get Jackie Chan to come back, Mr. Miyagi's,
He just comes in. I want to go home.
but they literally did bring like all the characters from the movies in, and it's kind of funny. I think if you guys watch the first season, it'll hook you into wanting to watch it, because the first season, when you watch the show, you actually get to see Karate Kid 1, not from Danny's perspective, but Johnny's perspective.
Oh.
And when you see it that way, you realize that Danny LaRusso was actually the bully to Johnny.
Oh wow. Because
So
he
it's
took his girl and everything.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh,
So you see
man.
his side of it, and you're like, dang, like. But
I
it's
like that concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually never knew Cobra Kai was actually a direct. I thought it was just like a Karate Kid like spin-off essentially. I didn't know
No,
it was
it's actually yeah,
directly linked.
yeah. It's like what, 15 years after the last tournament and stuff. Like, they're grown up. They both have kids. Like, Danny LaRusso he sells cars. He's like one of the biggest car salesmen in the valley. Like, it's crazy. It's a
for
good show.
him. He's made it.
Yeah, I like Johnny now. Johnny's
I'm gonna
my
check it
guy.
out.
Check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm glad that it's ending with this season because I feel like if they went past this season, then I don't know. I don't know what they would do.
Like the Flash.
Yeah, that's like 10 seasons too many.
Are the other
They're done
Karate
now,
Kid
by the way.
films on there?
What's that?
On Netflix.
Yes.
I don't know.
They were. I don't know if they're still on there.
And we don't
Yeah.
need to watch those to get the gist of
No, because they do all the flashbacks and explain pretty much everything.
Cool.
It's just when characters show up and you see their face. If you've seen the movies, you're like, "Oh, I know who that is." Like, all
To be
right,
fair, I
it's
feel like they had to like they don't. They're at a point now where like most people has never seen the Karate Kids that's watching Cobra. Like, there's two separate generations. There's the younger
Right.
generation who's never going to see Karate Kid 1, and then there's us who is like, oh snap, he's a dad now.
Yeah, I feel like this movie, if you've never seen Karate Kid or this show, if you watch this show, it would make you go back and want to see the Karate Kids. You'd be like, oh yeah, I want to check it out. And you'll get that 80s, 90s nostalgia. Lord, you wouldn't be
Or you'll watch,
nostalgic
like,
for you.
20 minutes and you're like, I hate this. This looks
Nah.
awful.
You'll love it. You'll love it. You can't not love Karate Kid. I wish this would have happened while Mr. Miyagi was still alive. But
Oh, he's dead? I
yeah,
did not know
he
that.
died a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Cobra Kai last season on Netflix. Check it out.
Did you hear the Flash is on their final season now too?
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
Same. I haven't
you're
watched
over
it.
it?
I haven't seen it since.
Bro, I've been over
five.
it for like the past 3 or 4 seasons.
Same.
It was so
Maybe more
good.
than-
It came out the gate so good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Was is the key word.
They stopped having like actual plot story points, and then they were just like season to season. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Same
they
thing
did.
with other shows.
But I saw like, yeah, they're all done now,
Dang.
except for Superman and Lois, which I would probably still watch religiously.
Wait,
Oh, that's tied to it?
no, Flash is on their last season again. Isn't this their last season now?
That's what the Flash is on their last season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw a photo of it, and it actually showed Stephen Amell again, the Green Arrow, even though
Oh yeah, because he's
like,
returning for this season.
how? He's
How?
dead.
I don't know. I don't know,
Wait,
And he-
what spoiler alert?
bro.
If
This
you ain't
is-
watching it before, you ain't watching it now. I assure you.
Yeah, because you'd have to watch Green Arrow. Now Green Arrow was great.
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
That was
wonderful.
great. You'd have to watch that, then watch all the Flashes, and then watch the
Supergirl. You gotta
Crisis.
watch.
You got to watch the Crisis of
Gotham.
Infinite
So
Earths.
good. Oh my gosh! And then they came up with the spinoff, and then was it
Those
the
spin-offs were
Tomorrow
lit.
somewhere?
They were.
Man.
Now
So
they
good. The
and now they
spin-offs,
ruined it.
Like the crossovers were as good as like Nintendo or Nickelodeon's used to be. They were so good. So good.
Oh well. All right. News story number 8. More television news. I don't know if you guys watch this show. I hope. Well, maybe if there's kids watching, don't watch this show. But Invincible season 2 promo clip welcomes you to the Burger Mart and confirms 2023 release window. This comes from Geek Tyrant. Any of y'all watch Invincible?
I
do.
want to see it so bad.
Oh,
I still
it's-
have Amazon, so like I
Oh.
really want to see it.
It's so good.
It really.
So the Amazon Prime Video has released a promo clip for the highly anticipated, long-awaited second season of Robert Kirkman's animated adaptation of Invincible. Amazon has been teasing that they would be delivering something big this month for the show, and here we go. The clip features Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, sitting in a Burger Mart diner. Actually, not gonna read this, just gonna watch it. So here you guys go.
Is this tied to like the Marvel universe at all, or is this like
No.
its own, like it's
So
a comic though, right?
This is its
It's
own.
its own
It's its
comic.
own comic book. Yes.
Pretty good. Look at that. Not bad, Mark. You're not just invincible. You're also like Earth's best food cooking man. Pretty impressive.
What?
Oh, there. Oh.
Oh, no, I just worked here. I don't actually make the food.
Next time also, constructive criticism, do not put these green things in here. These are gross.
Yeah, hey, so, did you ever find Urath?
Agreed.
Yeah, of course I found it. Very, very quickly, very easily. Yellow skies, purple grass, and get this, they have burgers there too, just like these. Who would have guessed, huh?
You never found it, right?
No.
He has really
nope,
nice
not
hair.
even close. I hope they're okay. I think about them quite a bit, honestly.
Also, the animations is really good.
But how about you?
So
What have you been
clean.
up to? It's been a while. I think everyone.
Wait till
agrees
you
it's
see
been,
the
like,
fights.
A little ridiculous
I
how long
believe
it's
you.
been.
Hey, I've been busy.
Doing what?
Well, I've been busy writing, designing, storyboarding, voice acting, key posing, in-betweening, cleaning up, color slapping, comping the whole thing and all that for, roughly thousands of shots. So
This man
it's
eating
kind
a
of
lot of bun.
Sure, yeah. Although like 90% of that, if I'm being honest, sounds completely made up. But the real question is, when are you going back out there?
Yeah, their
The world
animating
needs
team
more
is
Invincible.
good.
Oh, it's coming, okay?
That's cool.
Hey!
Yeah, I know, but like a specific date would be nice.
Oh, okay, fine. The world will get more invincible in late 2023.
All right, okay, I'll take it. Late 2023. Perfect, sure.
Yeah, this is cool.
So 2023, is that like one of your years? You know, our planets, they all have different
got a
systems
date.
of keeping track of time.
This is like
they go around
Rick
the
and
stars at
Morty
different
next
speed,
level,
but the way you said
like,
that number makes it sound soon. Is it soon? I really
Showcasing,
want it to be soon.
in my opinion. That's cool. I like that.
Literally had something to do with the show, but no, I like that promo. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to watch it. I just need to get Amazon Prime again. I don't
So-
have it.
Am I spoiling if I say so he's healed
Mm.
now?
Yes, I didn't know he was injured.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, did
Sure.
you wait? You what? Didn't? Yeah, you finished it, right?
I thought I did, but now seeing that makes me
So
feel
you
like I need
you,
to rewatch it.
you don't remember that burger dude?
I remember him. It was just
Okay.
it felt like that happened before.
What is happening right now?
No, that happened at the end.
Oh shoot!
But yeah, maybe you need to go rewatch it.
I need to rewatch it.
But no, that show's really good. It's like superheroes but bloody and man, it's
It's like
just
the
a good,
animated version of whatever that other
The Boys.
The Boys. Yeah, yeah.
It is, but
Yeah.
it's different. It's hard to say without spoiling it. Like
Right,
you
right.
can't really.
I
But
know,
check
like,
it.
I know, like the main like plot is his dad is like the issue, but like that's all I know. That's literally the base of everything that I know about the show.
Right, his dad is the issue, and he's like more powerful than Superman.
Yeah, as you should be if you're gonna be the issue, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's coming out late 2023. I wish it was sooner. I feel like it's been so long, but
It has been a while.
animation does take a while, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know.
Good
I didn't.
animation takes a while.
Never done
True.
it. Never done it. And then
Disney, man, Disney is like crazy when it comes to animating. Like something simple takes years.
I'm sure. I am sure. So our last news story for today is news story number 9. And this comes from Xbox. Mike Nelson on Xbox Wire editor. EA Sports PGA Tour is using laser scanning helicopters and more to deliver the most realistic golf game yet. Summary: some of the world's most exclusive golf courses will appear in EA Sports PGA Tour, designed in stunning fidelity, powered by the Frostbite engine. I hate Frostbite, but whatever. EA Sports PGA Tour is exclusive home of the majors, including the Masters Tournament, PGA Championship, the US Open Championship, and the Open. It'll launch March 24th, 2023. Never set foot on Augusta National Golf Course, but after seeing some of the Frostbite engine-powered tech on display in the upcoming EA Sports PGA Tour, I wouldn't be surprised if I start to catch a whiff of freshly cut grass in my living room when I sit down and start playing on Xbox Series XS. Now, if we had that VR where you could smell the grass,
On it.
that's the incredible level of authenticity that the teams at EA Orlando and EA Madrid are striving to achieve with PGA Tour. Not only are they aiming to usher in the return of an iconic video game sports franchise, one with lifelike accuracy from ball physics and club types, but they want to drive home the majesty of the game and what it's like to step foot on some of the world's most prestigious golf courses. To bring these to life, the team gained exclusive access to these courses and sought advice from some of the foremost geologists to help map out each course with cutting-edge photogrammetry, GPS mapping tech utilizing helicopters with lasers, airplanes, and drones. They also conducted ground mapping and on-site photography at every course to capture the most minute details. All of this results in a magnificent looking game. It will launch with some of the most iconic stops on the PGA Tour. Let me just take a look, because this does look really good.
I'm gonna be real honest. So there's three things about this. One, I love that they use drive as a double innuendo there. I like that. Two, I love how the sports games, they're like tags for everything is the most realistic ever. They've been saying it since like 2005 when everything was like pixelated. And then three, it does look gorgeous. So, but
It does. It looks really good.
Bro, that looks real right there.
So hear me out. Here's the reason why I think this story is pretty cool. Is because one, we're moving into a kind of a VR/AR kind of space, and then allowing people to get experience in places that they've never been. Now, you and I, we could easily jump on a plane, go somewhere, and experience it for firsthand. But some people really don't have the mobility or accessibility to get to some of these places.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Use this same technology on Grand Theft Auto 6.
Ooh.
Done. Best game ever.
literally go to an actual 7-Eleven, you know.
But no, hear me out. Take this technology to the moon, right? Gets actual landscaping.
Got airplanes on the moon?
No, drones or something along those lines or something. Right? Hear me out. And
the battery's gonna die before it even gets
battery.
there.
There's no air to allow it to. Anyways, focus. Yeah. The point is that we can travel to the moon and get actual proper landscaping and a realistic feel of what it is like to travel and be on, let's say, the moon or Mars or something to that effect. That's cool for us nerds. All right, hear me out. Hear me out, 2023. Hear me out.
That's Yano's political campaign. Like, that's his slogan when he runs for president. Hear me out. I would be a great president.
Did you
if you would just hear me out?
Woman?
Hear me out. This is how it all started. What happened? See, what had happened was.
No, I agree with you. I think they could do this with a lot of things. Also lasers, you know what I mean? So like, but yeah, like we're starting to use drones and stuff now more than ever, obviously too. So,
but no, I do agree. This technology is super cool. I do wonder how much it costs, like to use this. And I guess like I don't want to say this is small scale because they're using it on golf courses, but they know like. It would cost a whole lot more if they were trying to map out a whole city. Oh, yeah. And I think this technology works really good for like these type of games
specifically.
But it works really good for sports. But I mean, if I don't know, let's say Skate 5, Skate 6, real skate parks.
Ooh.
And you bring that in, that would be great. Also,
really cool.
Isn't EA? Don't they own Skate 2?
They do.
Yeah. So hopefully they use this
on the shitty Frostbite engine.
I hate Frostbite, but it does look pretty.
The realest game ever, Madden, where like arms are like doing this.
Ah, I do hope I hope they get rid of Frostbite. I hate it so much. I hate it.
What do you
They make-
dislike
they
about it
make
so
way
much?
too much off of it. There's
It's
no way.
terrible. It's just terrible.
I thought you were gonna say Unreal Engine 5. I was gonna be like, oh,
Now, yeah, I was about to say use the same technology in Unreal Engine 5. Now you got yourself something.
Specifically about Frostbite, what do you not like about it? Is it buggy?
it's
Yes,
very buggy.
terrible, terribly buggy.
Have you never played like a Madden game?
I played them all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
Did
bad.
you play the last Madden game?
I own the last Madden
Oh.
game. I don't think
You
I
really
played
are a good
because
person, aren't you?
I just like games, man. I love video games. I
That
don't
was
think
not
I'll
a
ever
game.
not be. I don't think I'll ever not be a simulator game managed player.
Yeah, Frostbite's just hard to develop on, and then I just feel like it hasn't evolved enough.
It looks
like-
pretty, but that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, like mechanic wise and physic wise, like it's not that great. It just looks really pretty.
hmm Which works with golf, to be fair, because there's not like a lot of physics that you need to have. Like,
True. That is very true. All right, that was our last story, but before we get into games coming out this week, have you guys seen the reviews for Forspoken?
No.
I watched enough gameplay that it's not for me. I do not think it. The monologues in the game are real bad.
So from pretty much all the reviews that I've seen, it is not a good game.
Yeah.
IGN has given it a 6 out of 10. Metacritic has it at a 68. Not good.
It's not the gameplay. I think I heard the gameplay is pretty solid. The story is okay, and then the actual script is bad. But
Yeah, they said it's such a basic RPG that it's not good.
Got
So Forspoken is an act, we know what it is. Let me see. This comes from Gaming Nexus. Forspoken is absolutely, they gave it a good rating. 95.
95. Everywhere I see is 60 or less.
Yeah, let me go to a 60. Let me read this 95 first.
also,
Gaming
doesn't
Nexus.
it need 32 gigs of RAM for PC?
So you know what?
Gosh.
I think that's I think every PlayStation game that's getting ported or PS5 game that comes to PC is gonna have that requirement. And this is not facts or anything. This is just me theory crafting. I think
Poorly
PlayStation is doing that on purpose for people to be like, well, shoot, you can get it on PC, but if you want to play it in the best place possible, go buy a PS5.
Well, Spider-Man was really good on PC. The PC port for
Yeah.
Spider-Man was really solid.
I feel like Marvel wasn't gonna let them do that. They're like, no,
Fair.
if y'all putting this on here, it's got to be top notch. And that was also PS4 technically ported over, but like the games that have just been like straight PS5 releases, it's just bad optimization. And then they even said that with Forspoken, the reason why it needs 32 gigabytes is because they were developing for both, but their main priority was console. So once they got it to work on PC, it was like, all right, it's good. Like,
I mean, and it that just shows that you're not optimizing it at all.
right. But so Gaming Nexus said Forspoken is absolutely fantastic with all the spells you can unlock, the gear you can upgrade, the fights, the bosses, and the storyline that rivals the best video game stories. This isn't a return to form for Square Enix. It's a testament that they still got it and will have it for a very, very long time. Crazy, because that is the only good review that I've read about it. Let's say Power Unlimited said Forspoken has a great combat system, a cool way to move through the game world, minuscule loading times, and is presented in an acceptable way. Unfortunately, the weak dialogue, to the much too short story, and the soulless open game world full of repetitive activities mean that the mediocre level is only surpassed at a few moments. That was a 64. Hardcore Gamer gives it a 40, where Forspoken should have been a striking and appealing fresh start for Luminous Productions. The end result, sadly, is a game not only bland and unpolished, but deprived of a reason to care for its unfolding mystery. A bevy of technical inconsistencies, lackluster open world design, And most disappointing of all, a handful of systems with genuine enjoyment at times that don't see their potential fully realized.
They made Final Fantasy 15? 15, yeah.
Well, Square Enix?
Luminous. Luminous was also the devs on Final Fantasy 15 with Noctis,
Oh, yeah, that game.
which was really good. I actually really enjoyed it, but
Terrible game.
I
All right.
enjoyed it.
So hear me out. We talked about this game early in its before it came out here on the podcast, and we said good things about how it looks. Now that it's in people's hands, we haven't touched the game yet. No one here, correct me if I'm wrong, has touched the game, and we're already feeling as though the game's not good, right? If it's on Game Pass, would you still try this out and give your own review on it, or you're based off the review?
First off, it's not gonna be on Game Pass. But yes, I would play it. I would try it out. I will not buy it.
I also think from what I've seen, I made my own judgment. I didn't even know what the reviews were. I watched it and they were like the banter between you and like that inner monologue that you get or whatever with like the character that helps you with your powers was just really childish. It was just like, I don't know. So
I don't know. We'll see. Are you gonna play it, you know?
So, fun fact, as Rainbow mentioned, I am a collector. I buy my games off of eBay, not directly. I don't buy them at full price. I know developers, I'm sorry. However, if I can find a game for $20 or less, I will, and I will purchase it. And if I get my hands on it, I will play it and give my own personal review, but I will not be purchasing it at full price.
Yeah, I think
he
it's
owns
just
Madden. Don't you think he'll buy this one too?
I didn't pay full price for Madden or any other title, so
I think it is sad though, because it's a new IP. Maybe I mean, it might. You know, I feel like it's gonna be in that middle ground where some people like it, some people won't. Just like with Final Fantasy 15, I hated Final Fantasy 15.
What did you not like about it specifically?
The only time that I died in the game was because I crashed my car.
Really?
100%. I beat the whole game without dying.
it's too easy.
But did you do like the after the game stuff?
Yep.
Like, the big bosses.
Yep. I did that.
I felt the opposite way. Like I always felt like I had to spam like potions to survive for no reason. Whenever, but yeah.
So the big things about Final Fantasy 15 is like you had this whole open world thing that was a waste. There was no reason for us to have this open world that we just drove through the desert to go to these small cities that weren't really realized. The story was not enticing at all. Like
I enjoyed the story enough to
wait. When did you play it? First off, when did you play? Did you play when it first released or after they came out with the complete package?
I played it on launch.
Okay,
day one.
So if you played it at first, it was an incomplete story that they ended up coming out with the DLC to actually complete the story later on, which actually made it better. But gameplay wise, like the combat was fun. It was just too easy. Like I literally didn't die until I got the flying car and crashed it on accident. And I was like, dang, this is the first time I died in this game. And then I still didn't die after I beat it. And I was like, oh, all right. Well, I was like, it was okay. Like I beat it, but I didn't think for it to be like, oh, it's like a revival of Final Fantasy. It was not that
I definitely
good.
don't think it was a revival or anything like that, but I definitely think that it was like a solid entry. I think that the combat was fun and refreshing. The dialogue was fun. I enjoyed the banter between the party members.
Everybody except the main character.
Yeah, sure. I definitely. I also don't. I didn't necessarily enjoy like the main story arc where you're just trying to find the girl to get married. I enjoyed like the uprising part of it. That was really cool. And then I enjoyed all the primal fights. I think the primal fights is what really like stuck out for me.
I think that was like the only part of it that was like challenging.
That Leviathan fight was cool. So.
It looked cool, but other than that, like that game, I kind of wish they would have waited instead of doing that DLC thing with each character, because when they did the when you played the DLC with the game at when they came out, I forgot what it was called. It was called like the King's Crown package or something like that. Basically, the completed version. That's they should have just waited for that, and it would have been better to me. But off the break, it wasn't a good game to me. It was an okay game.
Curious, what's gonna get you to get a PS5? Is it gonna be Wolverine?
Huh?
To be honest, I don't know, man. At this rate,
Or Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 also comes out at the same time.
I don't know. I don't know what would make me get a PS5. It's really hard to just like. There's never just like one game that will make me get it. Maybe as the year goes on and the library, like, so God of War is on there. Cool. That's one that I'll add to. Maybe when Spider-Man comes out.
It before just for God of War, like months and months and months and months later.
I need a library, man. Once I get a successful library that I'm like, all right, I can play like these 3 or 4 games and I know they're gonna be great, then I'll get it.
I actually played Ratchet and Clank on the holidays. So I was out of town for a week or whatever, and I played the new Ratchet and Clank. Beat it in like 4 days because I played it nonstop. That game was so much fun. So good.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank is always good.
Yeah.
Very, very, I don't want to say it's underrated, but yeah, people don't really play it. But it is always good. All right, well, that is the last thing we were talking about. Let me get to games coming out this week. And the reason why I brought up Forspoken, because it comes out this week on PlayStation 5. Does it come out on PC also?
Yeah, it starts out on PC.
So on the 24th of January, Kingdom Rush on Xbox Series X, S, and 1 on the 24th. Risen on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch on the 24th. For some reason, World War Z is coming out again. Maybe it's Game Pass. Maybe it's PlayStation Plus, but it says PS5, Xbox Series XS. Devolver. Oh, I love Devolver. Tumble Time is an iOS Android game. Comes out January 26th. Hitman World Assassination. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, P4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 26th. And Dead Space Remake. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, PC on January 27th.
Is that Hitman a new game or is it like a
I have
remake?
no idea. Let me
I
see.
didn't hear a single thing.
Maybe it's a remake.
They did not say anything about that game.
I don't know what that is. World of Assassination. I don't see anything here. Let's see. It's Hitman 3.
Oh,
Okay.
It's Hitman 3 to become World of Assassination.
It's just getting an update to the new console.
I guess.
Yeah,
It's
Game of the
cost
Year.
$70. God. Oh.
Hell.
It includes 1 and 2. That's why it's all 3 games.
Oh, that's cool.
Still no.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you love the game, obviously this is probably something you would
Yeah.
want on your newer system or.
I had it on PC. It had ray tracing. I'm good.
But no, it's that Dead Space remake, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
You're getting it?
I eventually, yes.
He's a collector, BTG.
Come on, man. What business out there?
Dead Space is definitely one of the most scariest games I ever played. I'm excited about the movie. I'm excited about this remake. I want to get it, but I don't want to shit myself in my office because that game.
HD.
Yeah, shit myself in HD.
It looks so good.
Terrifying.
I don't know. My next big game that I'm excited for, I don't know what that is right now. Oh, the Harry Potter game comes out next week.
Oh yeah, that comes out soon.
Oh, okay. Quick question before we close out the show: are you? is this game? Is the Hogwarts Legacy multiplayer? Like,
I think so.
I don't think so. I don't.
Oh,
They
it's
have
not?
not. I don't think so. No. If it is,
Hogwarts.
I'm not playing it like that.
Hogwarts Legacy. Let me see. Because
Does not have any kind of multiplayer mode or co-op support. It has
Thank God.
a no competitive feature either. It is purely single player RPG.
Let's go.
okay, I'm okay with that. So, I finally finished all the Harry Potter movies.
Good for you.
Hey, did you enjoy him? Rewatching?
I've enjoyed them so much that I am pre-ordering Hogwarts Legacy,
wow.
and I'm gonna get the deluxe edition just so I can play 3 days early.
If you say anything in the Discord, I will fight you. Because I did not.
But you know, because they got the dark arts arena or something and the dark arts costume, and I was like, dang. And then this game takes place, what is it, like the 1800s or something?
Yeah, it's before Dumbledore and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, they're really gonna get fucking brutal in this shit. There weren't rules back then.
You can actually play an evil playthrough. It allows you to play evil.
Are you playing good?
One of them. I'll probably do evil the second go through.
All right, I'll do
play the
evil.
J.K. Rowling edition for the second playthrough.
I'll do evil first.
Okay.
I'm gonna do evil, like 100%.
Do you guys have an issue like playing evil playthroughs where you like have self-conscious?
Yes.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're like
That was my biggest thing with Fable. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be evil. I'm gonna be evil as shit. And then I'd be like, well, I don't want to be that evil.
I
Like,
don't want to eat a baby chicken for
you want me to murder her and her kids? Oh no.
It's so funny. I had no qualms in that game for being evil. Other games I do, but that game I was just like pure.
It took me a while.
It depends on if I'm going to play the game again. Like I sometimes don't want to play through a game again. So depending on that, if I enjoying the game, then I'll play through evil the first time and then play through good the second time.
Hey Cindy, shut up. Thank you.
Yeah.
But no, Hogwarts Legacy, I'm gonna go straight evil and see how it treats me. But yeah, that was the last thing I really wanted to say. Next episode's host, it'll be Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I believe it'll be Yano, Rainbow, and Cynderelle. I believe. Hopefully.
And if I'm free, I'll jump in, but we'll see.
Yeah, and if Dax is free, he'll hop in. If you guys want more content from the Night Kids, where can they find you, Dax?
They can find me at Professor_Daxter on Twitch, where I stream Elden Ring soon again or something. I don't know. You can find me on Twitter at Professor Daxter, all one word. And then if you guys want to keep up with my workout regimen, it's Fitness with Daxter on Instagram.
Rainbow, you can't retire if you're fired.
Oh,
Say no.
Get her out.
Oh no. Hey, where can they find you,
All right, guys. You can find me over at Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Yanonick, where I will be playing and finishing up, hopefully very soon, The Wolf Among Us. And if you want to keep up to date with where I'm doing and where I am, Twitter is the best space where you can find me at NK_Yanonick. BTG, where can we find you?
And you can find me here on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, doing the Developer Direct with Microsoft to see what they're talking about right here on twitch.tv Team Night Kids, or you can find me at Black and Tie Guy Plays on Twitch and Instagram, NK_BTG Plays on Twitter. And yeah, what do we have? Somebody
Also, one last thing. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the NVIDIA just came out with a new program for streamers.
Maxine?
I don't know. It's AI, but basically it forces your eyes to stay on the camera no matter where you look or
so check
looking at.
So check this. I got that. It's in development, so you get it off the developer and you can run it. I tested it out. It is freaky. It works freaky good.
People were like looking at their phone, but their eyes were still looking at the camera.
Yeah, it kind of has a range though. So like a lot of times it's natural. So like if I were to have it on now, it would look like I was looking at the camera all the time. But as soon as I like turn like this, my eyes would come back. Mm-hmm. But it's freaky. But
or
yeah,
you do this, it'll like read.
It looks like you're just talking to the camera. I think it's really good if you're like recording videos and you got a script. I wanted to use it on stream, but I was like, nah, you know what? It's too much. You guys would be like, bro, how are you looking at the camera the whole time?
I actually want to get it too because it allows you to play the game, but you're actually just looking at chat the entire time.
It's
Does that make sense?
it's trippy.
Yeah, kind of.
It looks like you're in the camera the whole time. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
That might be a
Now,
bit much.
I am gonna use it for work. When I get on them Zoom calls, I'm gonna turn that shit on. So while
You're
I'm
playing games. You're just like this.
so that way they'll be like, I'm just gonna be moving my head. I'm like, yeah, I'm in tune with what you're talking about. Let's go.
Fuck
All
you,
right, guys.
Market. Wait, what?
Did we have somebody to raid before we get out of here?
Ryu Hashira is currently streaming Final Fantasy 14.
Hey, good game.
All right. Ryu Hashira. Hashira.
That is.
Hashira.
I was just having.
Nani? Ayugata.
All right, guys. Make sure you show Ryu the same support you show us. And thank you guys for joining the show as always and checking us out. We will see you guys Thursday. Also, remember, this has been Night Kids After Dark podcast, where gamers discuss gamer things every Monday and Thursday live, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Team Night Kids. Later, you guys.
Get out of here.
He said, "Get out of here."